Kane Bevan, he's back
We're back again.
for part two.
Yeah, that's it.
Part two. We knew that part one wasn't going to be long enough, so
Yeah, we might
that's
as well
the real reason
go again,
why we
yeah.
got you back.
Yeah.
Just following on from our conversation, obviously knowing you, I know you've got quite a lot of influence outside of footy.
Yeah.
But who are those that you really look up to?
Yeah, so my parents have been massive for me all throughout my journey. Obviously super supportive, which is really important as a youngster, as they do drive me to trainings, getting you into any programs that they can really, paying money out of their own pockets. Like, I can't thank them enough for the support they've given me. And then obviously outside of that, just having a really strong friend group, really good mates, both whether it's school mates that I met throughout my time at school or football mates, and then being able to differentiate between the both of those groups is really helpful. And they're super supportive as well. And then, so I've got lucky enough to have really good support networks. Even yourself now, mate, I'd consider it as one of those networks. Just to be able to have those conversations with and sort of get your mind away from the game, or if you need to talk about the game to someone, also having that route as well. But yeah, just having those people you can talk to and just release some of that stress or just have that release from the game, I suppose.
Yeah. I think that's something that I remembered from last time as well, chatting to you. You use that word release a lot. Is there like a huge amount of pressure then that you put on yourself? Is that why you use this word or this framing, releasing?
It's always you're always trying to regulate it. Like, pressure's good in a sense that it comes from a spot where you care and you want to do well and you want to be successful, but you also want to be balancing it to where it's in a healthy spot and it's not stepping over the boundary of becoming negative to your performance or your everyday life. So there definitely is aspects of pressure that you both put on yourself, and whether it's external as well. So yeah, I think having those releases, as I've been saying, is important, just to if you need to, and it's just about thinking about what you need at the time as well. If you feel everything's getting a little bit much, you need that release, then that's when you be really aware of and become more self-aware of when you need to have a little bit of time.
We've been talking about seeking new ways or new things to create this high performance environment for you. One of the things you've been doing is you've been tapping into the speed work that I'm really passionate about. We also had that awesome conversation with Jordan from Liverpool Football Club. I was just thinking about what we've done this year, and is there a reflection from all these new things from your perspective? What's your main reflection?
There is. Like, obviously, there's been we identified a little bit of a gap in my performance in regards to the speed stuff and an area for improvement, which would hold me in good stead going forward, and I feel did throughout the year as well. So being curious in regards to how we're training that. Obviously, you're very tuned into that space and knowledgeable in that area, so it's been super helpful. The sessions that we've been doing, and then also reaching out to people who are passionate in that area as well, like Jordan Fairclough was awesome to have a chat to, who obviously spent a lot of time at Liverpool in an elite, probably one of the most elite performance environments that there is. So just being able to have mentors and people that are willing to help you. Reflecting now, it's you're just grateful to have those opportunities and be able to keep working to get better and have people around you that are willing to help you do that.
Good. I want to try to go now to what's presently going on. We've finished the 2025 year. I'm sure that your mind will often drift into the future and thinking about the dreams and the vision of what you're trying to achieve now. But what's presently going on in your mind? Where you're at now after everything we've talked about? You've sat around the table. You've done the awards ceremonies, I guess, with the club and the WA football. Where's the mindset right now?
Yeah, it's sort of a funny period, I feel, like this time of year, even in previous years as well. It's a little bit of the unknown as to, you've sort of done the work in terms of a playing perspective and putting your best foot forward in that sense. And now you're almost, just sort of feels like you're almost sitting and waiting in a little bit of uncertainty. So it can be tough, but I've sort of just tuned into, how can I get myself now to a position where if an opportunity did come up, I could be really ready to hit the ground running and make a real impact. So I think, yeah, that's been my aim since sort of the end of the season. Yes,
Yeah.
have a week or two to freshen up and get the body and mind right and give it a little bit of rest. But now, tuning into my training again, and how can I be super prepared physically and mentally if an AFL pre-season or whatever happens down the road does pop up.
Yeah. I see already the difference between you and lots of others is you're already being curious. You're already knocking the door down and going, Matt, I still want to get training on Tuesday morning, so we still do those sessions together. Where does that come from? How do you go, right, the season's finished, I'm a little bit like, I'm not sure what's ahead of me, but you know what, I want to get straight to work. Where does that come from?
Yeah, I think I've always been a dedicated person, and I've always had a desire to get better. I think probably having all the setbacks along the way has probably, increased that even more. And I've really had to understand, that I do have that burning desire to continue to get better. And so, yeah, that's where it comes from. Just my desire and determination to get the best out of myself. And yeah, so I'll keep, when others, might be having a little bit of a rest, and to get that little bit of a mental edge, you don't mind, going back to training a bit early. I think a lot of my confidence comes from my preparation. So if my preparation is really good and I know that I've done more work than my opposition or whoever I'm playing against, then that's where I can get my real confidence from. So yeah, I just love, knowing that I'm doing the work and working hard, and hopefully we'll reap the rewards in the long term.
Mate, one of my big reflections this year is I'm really, really proud of the fact that I've been able to reconnect with people that really want to be helped, and the fact that we haven't seen each other for some time, but we've reconnected. That means a lot. Obviously, receiving messages from your family, and knowing that I'm in your corner. That's the whole reason why I do this.
Yeah.
I guess I really appreciate that. I want to say to you, I'm really grateful for our relationship that we've built. The last thing I wanted to ask you really was, did you have any questions for me? I think that's probably where I'd love to finish this chat.
Yeah, I think, obviously thanks for that, mate. Like, you've been, really, really helpful, and having, bit of a mentor and someone I can go to and train with. And that really is, determined to, help athletes and make them better holistically, not just performance-wise. But yeah, I suppose I'd ask you is, obviously, we're sitting here in your pretty nice setup. You've got the physio here, you've got the Pilates downstairs, and yet you're still finding time to, reach out to these athletes, myself, others as well, and find the time of day. Like, where does that come from, I suppose? Like, what keeps you driven to keep working with people and wanting to, assist athletes in their journeys?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think when you become a little bit more aware as you grow older, you sort of you look back at thinking, well, where did this all come from yourself? And I think I've always seen myself as a high achiever and wanted to stand out some way, or belong to something. And I think maybe from my upbringing here in Australia and then going over to England when I was in my teens, this whole sense of feeling like I need to belong to something is really important to me. So I guess I've really gravitated towards this community that I've built, and that makes me feel at home. And I guess I've got this holistic mindset. I don't think it's just about physiotherapy. I don't think it's just about these wellness facilities or having a coffee shop. I think it's so much more than that, especially if you're trying to help people achieve their dreams. So I guess I've always been thinking, and I think this is where we probably have similarities. I think when you are involved in a high performance environment, you're always trying to seek that next thing or that new thing to make sense to yourself and give you a purpose or a reason why you've got to get up in the morning and be driven. I guess, having family myself now, that's been a huge priority of mine, is to teach them that if you put your mind to something, you can go and achieve whatever you think. So that's something that really motivates me. And I just get a lot of joy from seeing people going on and doing things that they really want to do, because when I go back into when I was involved in sport, I suffered from setbacks and injuries, and it was through the people that I surrounded myself around that actually helped me get through that. So I guess that's probably why I'm here for you, mate. And that I guess when you listen to yourself and you pay attention to yourself, that makes you feel really light and energized. And so I don't know. I always say to my staff is be prepared for change to happen when you come and work at Next Move, because I'm all about trying to improve and always be better myself. And so yeah, the whole facility is just something that just has come a long journey with me, and I still feel that I've only got my big toe wet in success. I still feel like I've got a big mountain to climb, and until people like yourself get to their dream, the job's not done. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah. No, mate. Yeah, I think I've told you before, but just credit to yourself. Obviously, it takes a lot of hard work to get something like this set up and then continue to, it's very easy to, I suppose, rest on what you've got, which would be more than enough, but in order to keep branching out and take the time out of your day to help people like myself, it's really appreciated, mate. So thank you.
Mate, I've loved the chat. I'm going to have a part 3 with you, I reckon, pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thanks for your time and coming back in. Really
thanks,
appreciate
Trips. Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah.
That has to be done.